Okay, so have you ever thought about like how education is actually going to work in the future?
It's wild, right?
Yeah, totally. And today we're going to like dive deep into this thing called digital classrooms,
Ooh, digital classroom.
which is not just like, oh, there's some iPads in the classroom now. It's like really different.
Way different.
And we've got this super interesting document here that like asks some really big questions about it.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you wouldn't even believe. We're talking about accessibility, the
Uh-huh.
role of parents,
Mm-hmm.
even like how do we prep kids for jobs that don't exist yet?
Whoa, that's a big one.
So first off, before we go too crazy, what even is a digital classroom? Like really?
Okay, so basically a digital classroom is where, the traditional classroom meets technology.
Okay.
And they kind of like become friends. So think interactive whiteboards, students with their own tablets or laptops, educational software.
Right, right.
It's all about making the learning experience more like interactive,
Interactive, yeah.
engaging,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. So it's not just like the old computer lab we had
Oh, God, no.
back in the day
Nope.
where we'd like play Oregon Trail for a whole class.
No, not at all. Now we've moved way beyond just basic computer skills. We're using technology to actually personalize lessons,
Oh, wow.
give students feedback right there in the moment, and even connect classrooms across the world.
Cool.
Like you could have a classroom in, rural America
Yeah.
talking to kids in, I don't know, Japan or something.
That's amazing. But in all seriousness, what kind of tech is like really essential these days? Because there's so much out there. It's got to be overwhelming, right?
It can be. And you're right. It's not about just having the newest, coolest gadget.
Right.
First and foremost, reliable internet is absolutely key.
Okay, yeah.
Then you need devices that will actually let kids personalize their learning and collaborate.
Right.
So that means things like tablets or laptops.
Okay.
And then, of course, you need the software, the educational software,
Right.
that's specifically designed for different subjects and learning styles.
Right, right.
So that might mean things like, adaptive learning platforms that
Right.
can adjust to a student's pace.
Oh,
Or like gamified learning tools,
yeah.
to make it more engaging.
Right, like fun.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got the tools, we kind of have the setup, but how does this actually change how kids learn? And maybe even like how well they learn? That's got to be a big question.
It's a huge GE question. And, the research actually shows
Hmm.
that using technology, when used correctly, can really help.
Okay.
It can boost engagement.
Right.
It can boost knowledge retention,
Wow.
especially when you use it to make learning relevant to the students' lives.
Okay, so like, what does that mean?
Well, think about like using virtual reality
Word.
to explore ancient Rome in history class.
Cool.
Or like simulating a stock market in economics.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it brings those subjects to life and it makes them stick with the kids.
Yeah, because it's one thing to just like read about something in a textbook,
Oh, totally.
but to actually experience it, it's got to be way different.
Huge difference. And then there's this whole other thing. Personalized learning.
Right.
Digital tools can tailor lessons to individual needs so a kid who gets it right away
Yeah.
can move ahead while a kid who needs more help
Right.
can get that extra support.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are challenges too, right? Like, it can't be all perfect.
Of course not.
Yeah.
There are definitely challenges. I think one of the biggest is this thing called the digital divide.
Right.
We need to make sure that all students, no matter what,
Yeah.
have access to technology and the internet, no
Right.
matter like their background, their socioeconomic situation.
Because if not, then we're just making that gap even bigger, right?
Exactly. It just gets worse.
And it's not even just about what happens in the classroom.
Right.
It's like parents are a part of this too.
Oh, huge part.
Yeah.
Home access is super important. Having a good learning environment at home
Right.
is essential for this to work.
Right.
Parents are basically like co-navigating this whole digital world with their kids now.
It's a whole new world. And it's
Yeah.
not just about today, right?
right.
It's like, how do these digital classrooms help kids get ready for jobs that might not even exist yet?
That's the big question. And honestly, the answer is that the future workforce is going to need skills that go beyond just knowing a specific technology.
Right.
So things like critical thinking,
Right. Right.
problem solving, collaboration, adaptability.
Which actually, those are things that digital learning can help with.
Exactly. If it's done right.
Right. Yeah.
Imagine students like working on projects together online
Yeah.
or learning to code,
Mm.
create their own stuff.
Yeah.
Those kinds of experiences are going to help them in a future where tech is changing all the time.
But all this tech, it also means more data. right? And that brings up privacy. How do we know that student data is actually safe?
That's a huge GE concern.
Yeah.
And as we get more and more data on, student performance, behavior, all that stuff, we need strong safeguards in place.
Okay.
Think like data encryption,
Right.
secure storage, clear guidelines on how this data can be used.
Yeah, and who can see it?
Exactly. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about ethics,
Right.
responsibility.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Big one.
So, I mean, it sounds like there are no easy answers here, but with all this going on, all these changes, all these challenges,
Yeah.
can digital classrooms completely replace the old school classroom?
That's a tough one. I think the future is going to be more of a blend.
Okay.
Technology can make learning so much better in so many ways. Personalized instruction, access to tons of info.
Right.
But you can't replace the human element.
Okay.
That connection between a teacher and a student.
Right.
That's crucial for things like critical thinking, emotional intelligence, social skills.
You can't really get that through a screen.
Not really, no.
So it's kind of like the best of both worlds, right?
Exactly.
Which is exciting to think about what that could look like.
It's pretty wild.
So if you could just snap your fingers and invent one digital classroom tool,
Ooh, okay.
what problem would it solve?
That's a good question. You know what? I think it would be amazing to have a tool that just instantly gets rid of the digital divide.
Oh, wow.
Like every student, no matter where they are, has access to good technology and fast internet.
That would be revolutionary.
It would change everything.
And listeners, we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
What's your dream digital classroom tool? What problem would you solve?
Let us know.
Go check out some of the tech we talked about, see what your schools are doing.
Yeah, see what's happening.
Because the future of education is being made right now, and we're all a part of it.
We all have a voice.
Exactly.
This is important.
It is.
So think about it.
All right. That's it for today. Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.
Bye.